Hello everyone, welcome to Emerge IAS Mains Answer Writing Program Day 5. Today our question is from GS Part 1. The question is here, discuss the role of women in Indian freedom struggle. See, here the scope of this question is very wide. In every exam, UPSC will ask you a question which is answerable to everyone. This is such type of question. So here, what is the advantage of the question is there is no time period. The question doesn't mention about a time period. It's just about the role of women in Indian freedom struggle. So we can write from the beginning, and the question is to discuss the role of women in India's freedom struggle. The keywords in this question is role of women in Indian freedom struggle. It's a direct question. And so here in this question we have to list out the name of women leaders and their contribution to the Indian freedom struggle. That was the demand of the question. And let's go to the introduction part. In the introduction of this question, we had to say about the role of women in a general. So here the history of Indian freedom struggle would be incomplete without mentioning the contribution of women who fought with true spirit and undaunted courage. Women leaders are actively participated in the struggles at all stages, at all levels. That means from the peasants to leaders who led the revolt or a war, they participated in all levels and in all stages, like all movements like NCM, non-corporation movement, and civil disobedience movement, quit India movement, etc. You can also add some examples here, examples of some women freedom fighters here in the introduction part to make it look more good. But you have to mind that in the introduction part we have to say about the role in general and also add some examples. And that's enough for this introduction because we have lot of things to write in the body part. Then we are moving to the body part of this question. The body part of this question must contain the contribution of the leaders that you are going to mention. There are lot of women leaders we have to know about. Here the first point, even before the revolt of 1857, Bhima Bai Holkar and Rani Chennamma were among the first women rulers who led the rebellion against the British. That's the first point we have to start with, because we have to follow a chronology while writing such type of history question. So I'm starting from before the revolt of 1857, because 1857 revolt was considered as the first war of Indian independence. So we are starting our answer before the revolt of 1857. Before the revolt of 1857 itself, there is women leaders like Bhima Bai Holkar and Rani Chennamma of Kittur. It's in Karnataka. These women were the first people to lead the rebellion against British even before the revolt of 1857. And the next point, during the revolt of 1857. So during the revolt of 1857, we know that Rani Lakshmi Bai of Jhansi and Begum Hasrat Mahal led their army to war against the British. Rani Lakshmi Bai at Jhansi and Begum Hasrat Mahal at Lucknow. And these are the two women who led their army to the war against British during the 1857 revolt. And here comes an important person, that is Annie Besant. Annie Besant emerged as an important leader during the early phase of nationalist movement. And we know that Annie Besant is the founder of Home Rule League, and large group of women, a large section of women participated in her Home Rule League. Here the Annie Besant inspired many women to participate in national movement. And the important thing is Gandhian phase. After the Gandhian phase, diverse participation of women was there. And in 2016 there was a question about the role of women in Indian freedom struggle, especially with reference to the Gandhian phase. So that was the question, but now the question is general, and I was telling about the 2016 question. And see here, the Gandhian phase. Prabhavati Devi and Rajbansi Devi were the main soldiers of Gandhiji during Champaran Satyagraha. Okay, then that comes the next point. In Ahmedabad labor movement, Ansya Sen Sarabhai stood with workers against her own brother. This mentions a great contribution of Ansya Ben Sarabhai, and you can also add other contribution of her in this same line itself. And the next point is many women use the way of satyagraha through poem and songs. Poem and songs. Many women were sitting in their home; they can't able to participate in the struggle at the field. So what they did was they write some poetries and they wrote some songs and sung some songs to mobilize the people, and this actually worked and they mobilized more people through this way. And that women are actively participated in non-corporation movement and the civil disobedience movement. Yes, the participation of women in non-corporation movement and civil disobedience movement was in a large scale, and they boycotted the foreign goods and picketing the liquor shop. The picketing the liquor shop was still happening today itself, right? So, and the Sarojini Naidu contribution of Sarojini Naidu is very large, and I added one single point about her. During the non-corporation movement, she returned the Kesari Hind gold medal to the British itself at the call of non-corporation movement. And the next point here is there are some organizations or associations that are organized by the women, like Nari Karma Mandir and Mahila Karma Samaj, etc. These association was formed for carrying out their propaganda of various movements. This was completely formed by the women, and they carried out their propaganda through this associations. And next is also many women disagreed with Gandhiji. Since simply writing the answer, we will be thinking that most of the women were with Gandhiji because of his non-violence approach. But some women who disagreed with the non-violence movement or the non-violence approach of Gandhiji, and they joined the revolutionaries. The prominent revolutionary women leaders was Kalpana Dutt and Prithilatha Vadedar. Remember these two names because there is chance of asking this question in prelims. In prelims, if you know that Kalpana Dutt and Prithilatha Vadedar are revolutionary women leaders of Indian freedom struggle, then you can able to eliminate some options. So remember Kalpana Dutt and Prithilatha Vadedar. And the next is Ambu Jamal from Madras Presidency. Ambu Jamal from Madras Presidency participated in a non-corporation movement, and she dedicated her entire life for the cause of India's freedom and also inspired many women of South India to do the same. And the next person is S. Muthulakshmi Reddy. Most of us are familiar with her. And Ansya Ben Kale. Both of these people resigned from the Provincial Legislative Council at the call of civil disobedience movement. Muthulakshmi Reddy and Anusya Ben Kale. Always remember these two names also because there is chance of asking this question in your prelims. Then about the Quit India movement. During the Quit India movement, the women took many forms. They like Usha Mehta. She started a radio called the Voice of Freedom. This radio is started only for the purpose of spreading the news about the freedom war or disseminate the news about freedom war to all. Then the another person is Aruna Asif Ali and Suchata Kripalini were the leaders of underground movement at this time. And peasant women, that means the peasant women joined the men in protest against the tax laws and etc. So the peasant women were also joined in freedom struggle. And the conclusion is the freedom movement provided a splendid opportunity for women to show their interest and capability in public affairs. Not only men, women also have interest in public affairs. This was an opportunity to that women to show their interest in the capability in the public affairs, and they got an opportunity to show their love towards the motherland. This provided the confidence and paved the way for the women to demand an equal society in free India. That is happening still now. Still now, women, we are demanding for an equal society in India, right? And these are women leaders of Indian freedom struggle. They gave us this confidence and they paved the way for the women to demand an equal society in free India. Oh, with such a positive thing, I am concluding my answer. And not only these leaders like Aruna Asif Ali, Suchata Kripalani, Usha Mehta, Sarojini Naidu, etc., there are few other or many other women leaders also. I will be telling some name of these people, and you have to check with that. And the first person is Captain Lakshmi Sehal. Second one, Uma Bai. And Madam Bikachi Gama. Then Tara Rani. Moolmati. Anjali Ammal. Supriya Cherian. Rukmini Lakshmipati. Krishnammal. Matangini. Kanaklata. Kamala Devi. Also try to include some points of Kasturba Gandhi. And etc. There are many leaders also. We can add the points of them also, but always remember the word limit, that is 250 words. And there are some questions or some topics that will be very favorite for UPSC, like role of women in freedom struggle, or the current relevance with the women participation or women activists or something like that. And also questions about Gandhian phase and Gandhi's contribution. This will be some favorite topics of UPSC. So while these all are questions, we can't study this in one time, because these all the questions these all the points happened in different time or different time period of the Indian freedom struggle. So while we are going through these topics, in every time we have to note these people. We have to always note the name of women's freedom struggle or women leaders of freedom struggle, and that will help you. That's all about this question. Try this question answering today itself and get reviewed. And for more questions, we will be giving you every day for the subscribers. And also that's all about this question. Thank you so much. If you have any doubts or suggestion, please mention it in the comment section, and subscribe our channel for more videos, and don't forget to click the bell icon. Okay, that's all about today. Have a nice day. Bye.